not calling to lay blame or to ask you what happened. But we need to get over to our house. We've got something we're going to share with you. And should you choose to participate, it'll change the course of your life forever. I tell him all the time, I'm just thankful he didn't tell me it was coffee. I would not have gone. I wasn't a coffee drinker. I thought that people that spent $4 and $5 for a cup of coffee they were just crazy. And I didn't get it. And so my son was very sick at that time. He was 21 and going through a lot. And I told him, I said, Holton's working on something. And he said, Dad, we've got to go. That's Holton. And we borrowed somebody else's vehicle to go and didn't have a car and we were driving through and thinking we should live like this here. We don't live like it anymore. And I promised my son one day we would get it back. I didn't know how. So we drive through Royal Oaks and go in the house, and the first thing Mr. Bucks offers us is a cup of coffee. And I said, no, thank you. My son was sitting there with me. He was sick, and he was suffering from eczema. It was all over his body. He had him on prednisone and all sorts of stuff. And it was messing with his mind. He was very sick. And he drank the coffee. He drank the latte, and he was listening to Mr. Bugs lay out this plan of what coffee's going to do for people. And quite honest, I was tuned out. I wasn't a coffee drinker. But he was listening, my son. Early he called Holton to go to the back room for something. And my son lifted up his head. He says, Dad, I can tell this conversation isn't going too well for you. He says, Dad, but there's 2 reasons why we need to do this business. He said, the first reason is this coffee is going to help a lot of people because it's helping me right now. And the second reason, he said, Dad, I can tell you're hurting right now. I can tell that you're in a dark place. All the people that you've helped, they're not here to help us now. I can tell you're under a lot of pressure, and you don't know what to do. He says, but Dad, I want you to know that I still believe in you. It was at that moment, something just came over me. And I told Holton, I just heard what I needed to hear to get my confidence back. Show me what to do. Because my son said he believes in me.
All right.
Do exactly what I'm going to show you to do, even though you don't have any experience in network marketing. You're on your first 6 figures of income in 18 months with what I'm going to share with you. So he laid out the plan, the one you see tonight on a piece of paper, and I was excited, but I had one problem. I did not have the money. And I told him that. He says, that's the wrong question. Why don't you ask me how you can get it? And so I did. And he drew out this script for me. He says, you got to go and call those people that you're mad at. It wouldn't help you keep your lights on, keep you in your houses and all that stuff. And I humbled myself because of my son, because I didn't want to disappoint him. And I made those calls. And in 24 hours, I collected $3,100. We took We got started at the gold pack. And we began to follow a very simple system of sharing the coffee, even though I wasn't a coffee drinker. We looked up, Mr. Kosher, within 4 months we were with 6 figures of income. And we kept moving, and we kept showing the plan. And then we looked up, and we were rubies. We went way past sapphire, we became rubies. And then when I became a ruby, I asked my son, what is the one thing that you want most from Organo Gold? And he said, Dad, I want you to go out and help more people. And I said, well, how do I do that? He says, Dad, you got to become a diamond. So I sat there for almost 2 years as a ruby, trying to figure it out by myself. And my son said, Dad, you told me you were going to be a diamond. When you go help some more people? And I still didn't know what to do. And I began to work on my personal development, work on me. And I attracted 3 of the best coaches and mentors that a person could ever have. Portia Mitchell, Craig Hill, and this gentleman right here. All the stuff that was missing, all the pieces began to come together. Day and night I was talking to him about what I needed to do, because I did not want to let my son down. And we just kept working. And then I looked up in the early part of January, we were emeralds. And then I think I talked to Mr. Wilkins. I said, I got to get diamond done this year. And he started laughing. He said, no, it's getting done this month. And I still didn't believe, but I believed him. And I said, just show me what to do. And then he began to work again. Mr. Coach Hill and Portia and Jerry. And all of a sudden things just started to change. And then 2 days ago, I started to believe that I could become a diamond. And I stand here letting you know, if you're guests, that I am evidence of a person who was super negative on the industry. I had no experience. I was living in a U-Haul truck, didn't even drink coffee. Now I stand here as a diamond, have 500K rings. But I am simply a symbol of all the people that have made this moment possible. See, 2 years ago, I would have thought it was about me. I realize now it's not about me. It's about all of us. And I'm just proof of what you can do and what's possible in your life if you just believe. I want to thank Kiara here, my sister, for helping me get through. Thank you. Another 5 years ago, they did not believe. They came into business less than 30 days ago with Sapphire, broke 2 Sapphires.